I'm Marika.
And I'm Miles.
And this is I Don't Know What I'm Doing.
Because we don't. You guys, we fucking don't. Play the jingle. Hey guys.
Hey.
Miles, Marika, you know.
Starting with the fail
Yeah, so.
of the week. You can go, since you kind of know.
Okay, so my fail this week is that I ran out of olive oil. So, and I've been eating 2 eggs every morning this year.
Ooh.
With like 2 eggs and
Cholesterol
toast.
up the roof.
And then like some yogurt on the side. Ran out of olive oil. And I was like, well, I'm still gonna fucking make eggs. I want eggs.
Right.
So we're just gonna put
Gotta
it,
get
and I
the
don't
baby
have butter, don't have Pam, I'm just gonna put straight in that pan, you know? Because I'm gonna make it somehow.
Okay.
And then it's like so sad because it's like the egg is just like like to the bottom. We're giving you full theater today. To the bottom of the pan. And then you take the spatula and you're like and like just really trying to get it out there. And then it's like even the egg like white just is like wrong. Like it's on the bread and it's just like it's not right. It's not the right consistency. It's like it's just like weird.
Okay.
And I did that for like 3 or 4 days.
What? Miles?
Because I hate grocery shopping. It's an extra errand, and I was like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm running here,
Okay,
I'm running there.
You may have like other oils in your pantry. Like always have butter, olive oil,
yeah.
vegetable
I ran out of
oil.
olive oil.
Okay, yeah, vegetable and olive oil.
And like a backup oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're not always this is why it's very important to have these 3 different types of oil. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, olive oil, you can't really cook high heat on olive oil because it kind of starts to break down. You could do
what does
that.
breaking down mean?
It's hard to explain. You'll just once it starts
Tastes
having
bad, separates.
yeah, it kind of like separates and it's just not great.
Okay.
Okay, vegetable oil has a very high heat tolerance, and then also butter. And butter is really good flavor, so you don't have to. And you want to get unsalted because you can.
Oh yeah, when I used to buy butter, I'd always buy unsalted. Then I just kind of stopped.
But now I use European butter from Trader Joe's, so
Yeah. So it's just one of those things where like I hate grocery shopping, and I'm like, can you ever have all the groceries that you need, or are you always running out of something? I'm always running out of something. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, I got olive oil. Now I'm out of yogurt. Now I got yogurt. Oh, fuck, I ran out of bread. It's like, damn.
Don't you like? I feel like you're the type of person who knows like the amount that you eat every week.
Yeah, like grocery shop like once a week, but then it's like I can never get everything at once because I bike to the grocery store, so it's
That's
like,
your problem
I'm just
right
gonna
there.
jam it on the fucking backpack and hope for the best.
Oh, my fail is still having this cough, not taking any medicine for it whatsoever.
How long has it been?
Like 2 weeks. Yeah. And then I get like very stuffy nose, and I have to blow my nose a lot in the bathroom. So I'm sure it's like all connected, and I have not been proactive about it. I just
because if a kid were sick for 2 weeks, they'd be like in the emergency room. They'd be getting surgery. You know.
They would not getting surgery. Okay.
They'd be like chomping on some Tums and like Advil,
NyQuil, all the way.
NyQuil and Dayquil in that coma. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like I just think like my body should take care of this, and like it is.
You're drinking like fluids.
Yeah, I'm drinking a lot more water and wine today.
Yeah.
So, but my director at my job, like she also has a cough, so I feel like it's okay. So I feel like I annoy my other coworkers that are like surrounding me about my coughing. And so I'm like, well, the director has a cough, so.
Oh, you're not the only one that's like annoying.
Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah.
Those were our fails. I'm Miles. That's Marika. This is Jamie. It was like one of my friends in college. Met her when I was 19.
What?
She's seen every apartment I've ever lived in. I've seen every apartment she's ever lived in. I think she's the only friend that can claim that.
Ooh.
I think she's the only friend that can claim that.
You guys, this is my radio voice.
I'm kind of jealous about that.
I made them friends, created that
Yeah.
sisterhood. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Jamie, welcome.
Thank you.
Yay! Finally!
Yay! Welcome to NBR.
And then our topic today is I don't know how to party.
Ooh.
I said it because I know I don't.
Yeah, he does not.
No.
No, Miles. No.
Yeah.
I used to.
Oh,
I don't know that I.
You never
Actually,
really-
kind of did. Ringo just wasn't there for it, and actually neither was Jamie.
The one time. The one time!
okay, you can't count when you're like 19.
Let me set the scene. 18 years old.
God.
I go to SCAD. I'm like no one, nothing. Leave Marika behind. All my friends behind. Make new friends. Okay. Zoe,
Yes.
Yeah.
Paris,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ryan,
Uh-huh.
Ashley.
Yes.
We are a 5.
Ooh.
Oh.
You were the Spice Girls of your
Yes.
Okay.
Zoe and Paris are very well connected instantly at college. I think during Welcome Week they got in with the right people, and we got
They're all very
invited.
friendly.
Yeah, we got invited my freshman year parties every single weekend. Always off campus,
Yeah.
of course, because yeah, it's Savannah. Like Jamie, so Jamie went to SCAD with me. There's like not really a campus.
And I don't even think there were ever any parties in the dorms.
No, there
was
nothing
like
at all.
pre-gaming before
Yeah.
you went to an
Yeah.
off-campus party, and
Yeah.
off-campus could be like across the street for all intents and purposes.
Right.
Yeah.
While across the street was constantly being held up at gunpoint, but you know.
Or 18-year-old drug dealers being shot dead in your streets.
Hells yeah, Savannah, y'all. It's not just your mom's vacation. But
Just go 3 blocks in any direction.
yeah, you'll find some.
You'll find it.
So
I don't know if disclaimer, that was however many years
yeah,
ago.
that was
We
like
graduated
the
09,
late
when I was
2000s,
graduating
so
2000,
maybe it's changed.
like, in 8 years.
But so they were very well connected. So we were going to parties Friday, Saturday, sometimes Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, like 2-3 times a weekend, like
Wow.
parties. At first, I didn't drink because I was like, my dad was an alcoholic,
bitch.
and now I was like, my dad was an alcoholic, and I'm not gonna
Oh,
fall
I didn't know
down
that.
life. Yeah. My mom's dad was an alcoholic, so she instilled in it. She was like,
Yeah.
well, you'll like any
Do you think that's
any
what Zachary doesn't
mention.
drink?
No.
I don't
I've
know.
asked him about
That's
that.
kind of why I stayed away from it, and like, but like my mom still, she's like, I don't know, Miles. I think you like the drinky. Like my mom thinks that, and I'm always like, Mom, talk to Marika. She would laugh in your face that you think I'm a drunk.
Yeah.
But my mom's still like, she's looking for any evidence to put that label
So
on me.
crazy.
It's
That's
really
so
messed up.
stupid.
I've seen Miles drunk like twice.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know. I always thought you
Once
were because you like the taste of it. Like my mom is like,
What? That's such a
literally,
misconception.
her
with
party
alcoholics.
ledge is like an inch, and then you fall off into like hell or something. Like
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
just. At first, I didn't drink, and then I like more spring, leading up to like spring break, like of my freshman year. So I was like 19 now. Started to drink, and I would never be hungover ever.
Because you were 18.
But I'd be like drink,
What?
like jungle juice, this, mixing all the alcohols
Yeah.
together. Never hungover.
What?
At 18,
yeah.
were you hungover?
I didn't drink when I was 18.
See, you just don't understand the magic of being 18.
Oh yeah, the
It was
magic.
great.
You just go to sleep, you wake up, you're fine.
You are.
and you drink so much.
I peed my pants and threw up a bunch one time.
Well, that's also
And I
another
woke
thing
up.
why.
I woke up and I was like, I mean, I don't feel great, but like, whatever, I'll go to the
Throwing
gym.
up helps though.
Well, yes, I would have died from alcohol poisoning otherwise, because that would. We can get into that later.
We can get into your alcohol poisoning later.
Uh-huh.
I remember spring break, like, because, you know, you're still learning. I'm still at least learning at that age
Rate
how
your
much I can
tolerance.
handle. So spring break, I remember, like, we went to this party. There were, like, 45-year-olds there and stuff. We were, like, partying with, like, people, like, 40, 50. And this woman's, like, I've been married to my husband for 20 years. She's giving us life advice while she's, like, smoking marijuana, like...
Smoking marijuana.
Smoking
Marijuana? What?
Oh my god, were you okay? Did you call your mom to pick you
Yeah,
up?
she was
Like,
smoking
what
marijuana
happened?
Lewinsky.
That's my drink.
Um,
Maybe my derby name, I don't know.
She's like, just treasure each other, love each other. We're like, this is the best advice ever. Where we're like drunk. I think that was the night that I mixed together, like, I think we were doing screwdrivers, which, like, ew.
Yeah.
You were
At a night party.
doing screwdrivers.
But I remember, like,
Oh my
the
God.
room
Party
kind of, like,
animal.
spinning.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
my
yeah.
friend Paris be like, Miles, you're, like, drunk. And I was like, I am. And it's just like, whoa, like,
Oh, I
things are
hate the
moving
spins.
around. But,
Oh.
like, because I was getting close to, like, my...
Tolerance.
not tolerance, but like
a limit.
every time I would go out, I would drink a little bit more because I was just like,
you're
I
building up
can,
your tolerance.
because I'm like, I was just like, I'm invincible and I can drink as much as I want because I hadn't had a hangover or any bad consequences yet.
Okay.
So I'm drinking too much because there's no consequence. So then I'm like talking to this guy. And he like drives me home from drawing class sometimes.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, maybe
study.
we're like, I think we were instant messaging still back then.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
this was like 2007. We're
On
instant
AOL?
messaging.
Or like on Facebook.
There wasn't Facebook Messenger yet.
MySpace?
There wasn't Facebook Messenger
So it
yet.
had to have
It
been
was
AOL.
no, it was AOL. Yeah. Wow. That was only 11 years ago.
Oh
It was
yes,
Stone
yes,
Age.
I was using
I was
that
thinking,
account.
I feel like I never had an AOL account. But like, how did I message people?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you had one. I had. I'm
We
now
weren't-
remembering.
It
that.
wasn't texting. We weren't texting. It was that.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
But he and I, like, I go to this party with him, like, his friends, and people are serving me drinks, which is always a mistake. And it's
Yes.
college students, so they're just, like, pouring so much in there. And so the room is, like, spinning now. I'm, like, at this party, and I think that's technically, I always forget that I think this is technically my first kiss, is, like, not this guy either, it was his friend. So we, like, dancing, and then we, like, make out a little bit, and then I, like, go to the bathroom, and then the next thing I remember, waking up the next day.
Oh.
Waking up the next day. And I have to,
You
and
browned out. Blacked out.
Did you wake up in your own bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I woke up in my own bed and I was like, oh no. Something went horribly wrong. How did I get here? What happened? Like, what happened? So I have to go, and I've never had a hangover before, so I don't know what's happening and I feel like garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to my friend Ashley, who was with me, and I was like, Ashley, you have to tell me what happened. And she was like, oh my God, are you okay? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, okay, you went to the bathroom for a really long time. Then you came out, you're talking, but no one can understand what you're saying. You're talking, but we can't understand you. And I was like, what the fuck? She's like, so the guy is like, we gotta drive you home. So drives you and me home back to the dorms.
The guy who drove you to, that you had like a little thing.
Yeah, the guy that I had a thing with.
Okay.
Back to the dorms, puke on the door of his car. Out the window on the door of his car.
At least it's on the outside.
Yeah.
Oh, outside.
On the outside.
Okay,
on the outside,
okay,
on the
okay.
outside.
Still not great
Then
for the
I
guy that you
think
like.
I may puke again in the dorms, like in the courtyard of our dorm, because it's outside.
Okay.
I want to say that my RA might have seen, but they didn't care.
Okay.
No.
The RAs were so
College.
pathetic. So that's embarrassing. That relationship never happens because I'm deemed immature and too young by him. Also, he was judging me because I'd never been in a relationship, and I was like, well, I just came out 6 months ago, so how the fuck would I be in a relationship? I'm trying to do that with you.
High school relationships don't count for shit.
Yeah, they
Exactly,
don't.
but he was a sophomore, so he'd probably been in one as a freshman. But I was like, but I am a
Ooh.
freshman, so how am I
Oh my
supposed
god.
to... He's like, catch-22!
You were.
Um,
you were.
Exactly. He was like, I'm 20 and you're 19.
Okay, you were just 20 like yesterday or 19 yesterday.
So then I was super hungover, and I was like,
Super hungover, even at 18.
oh, yeah. And it
Wow.
was spring break. So I missed breakfast at the dorms. I mean, at the cafeteria, and the cafeteria doesn't open again until 5. So I have nothing to eat at all until 5, so I'm
Okay.
not eating on a hangover.
But you could also like go to the numerous restaurants and stores.
I could have, but I felt like
So why would you want to
awful.
eat? if you're
I
feeling so
felt so weak.
I couldn't
Yeah,
even like.
Miles says he doesn't get nausea. He gets like a headache and he feels weak, which like
Yeah.
I would love that.
So I ended up I tried to call people. I mean,
Couldn't
who would I
you
even
order
call?
pizza to your dorm? Like pizza.
Pizza, but it's Miles.
It's
like,
me. I was in ultra cheap mode back then. I was like ultra cheap. Like I
Yes.
wasn't gonna do anything like
Yes.
that. I was gonna be like, let me wait a bajillion hours for
I'll
the
see if I can
free
find a cracker
free
packet in my
cafeteria.
house.
Yeah, exactly. Let me find some saltines I probably
Yeah.
So I ended up calling my mom
Oh
because
yeah.
my brother,
That
my
was so
older brother
Chicago.
Nick didn't answer. So I called my mom. So I called my mom.
Man.
And of course she's probably judging the hell out of me.
Oh, she is.
But she's
That's
concerned.
Miles. That's why she says that you like the booze.
I know, and now it's 12 years later and I'm an alcoholic to her, so.
Yeah.
Um,
You had one hangover when you were 18.
But literally, that was my, party for a few months, and then that was the consequence, and I was like, never again. I mean,
Oh my
I
God.
have been hungover since, so.
So I have my own.
Learned my lesson at 19, and then, yeah, maybe I learned it too early. I don't know. I kind of like how it happened. It was a good early check, and I was like, okay. It's like in the previous episode when my friend Taylor said, you fucking talk too much, and I was like, okay, lesson learned. I'm like, you told me, I got it.
I hate that guy. Anyways, so I remember hearing about that story actually in college because Zachary called me.
Yeah, my family's so fucking gossipy.
So like I remember my reaction and everything. Like Zachary's like, guess who got drunk and is like super hungover and like I'm like who is it? It's like Miles. Like oh my god.
Foreshadowing you aged like 20 to today.
Yeah. So like you guys at this time. I was not drinking at all. I was dating somebody and they didn't like it. Anyways, Jamie, do you remember the first time we went out together? Do you remember?
Yeah. Well, no. No, I don't really. I remember the aftermath, but like we went out so much together when I first moved there that it's like every day runs together.
So the first time me and Jamie went out, like I was very new to like getting drunk. So I didn't know how that was going to go. I'm like, I don't know.
It's so funny. I probably just, like, freaked you out.
Yeah, because you kept going to the bathroom, like, to throw up. I'm like, are you okay?
I don't remember that. Where did we go?
I remember going to Easy Bar on the corner of Division and Damon. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I puked at the bar.
Yeah, you went to the bathroom to puke at, yeah.
Wow.
And then I'm like, is she, like, okay? Like, I don't know what to do right now. Like, because I've never encountered this before. So I remember, like, going back to my place, and then you wanted to throw up like for real, like you were like feeling nauseous, so you went to the bathroom and you passed out. I took a picture of you.
Yep.
And you
You
were wearing a dress.
Yep.
And it was like neon pink and green. I thought it was really cute. It was very like 1960s.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
like
your style was fun back then because we would just go.
Yeah. What do you mean back then?
No, it's more like adult, like womanly, like it's still fun. But like back then, we would just go to the thrift stores to buy the crazy shit.
Yeah.
And put it on your body, and then put like a lion belt on it. And I was like,
yes.
Can we bring that back?
Yes. That's when like.
I'm sure I still have all that stuff.
Yep.
Well, I feel like you made a good impression on everyone with just all your animal accessories.
Yes.
Like it was like kind of part of your brand at that point.
Yep.
It was like snake ring, lion belt, like yeah.
But yeah, I remember waking up and you guys were going to the Baha'i temple and you asked me to go with you and I was like, there's no way. And I was just like so fucking nauseous and so like sweaty and I'm like, I remember him being like, you can stay here if you need to, like you can, and I'm just like, no, I have to go home.
Because you want to be by your stuff.
And not be hungover in like a stranger's bed.
Yeah.
So I remember like taking the train. And it was like a struggle not to puke on the platform. And I feel like everyone was looking at me and I got so sweaty. And I feel like
it was already a struggle on the platform?
Yes.
And you got on the train?
Yeah. I was like, I can do this. I can do this.
Uh-huh.
And I was probably turning green and I had to like sit down like in the train station and thank God the train came right away. And I made it. And I do remember that because that was a huge struggle.
Turning point in our friendship.
Disgusting. Yeah.
And a friendship is born.
I have a similar train story where
I remember that.
Oh,
we're all like, Marika's gonna die.
I
Well, speaking of Zachary and Zachary not being able to drink, I think this was the night that we just said, Zachary,
make
go
us
crazy.
cocktails.
And we were at a party and they
So
had...
just to review, Zachary's my brother. Did we say that already? Zachary's my twin brother and like definitely did not drink back then.
Yes.
Drinks barely now.
So he has no concept of
Cool
what
and
goes
cream.
together. And we were
And
at
how
this,
much?
Yes. And we were at this Halloween party and they had like every kind of soda, every kind of mixer, every kind of booze.
Yep.
And we were like, Zachary, just like make us drinks. And whatever he made us were really
good. And literally I'm like, oh, like he's just mixing like different alcohols together. I'm like, wait, this is really good.
Yeah, we're like, Zachary, what is this? And he's like, it's like Dr. Pepper and lemonade and rum and vodka. We're like, wow, this is actually
you should be a bartender.
Yeah.
Did he make different drinks for each of you?
Yeah. He would just mix
He would
stuff.
it was like, you know, when you were a kid and you went to like McDonald's and you got one of like each pour of the soda.
Yeah.
Exactly this.
That's like what he was doing.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I remember like leaving the party. I remember actually
We all left together.
We all left together as a huge group.
Yeah.
And I felt fine. I just felt
You
sleepy.
were fine. Yeah.
And then as soon as this train starts moving, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna throw up everywhere. And I like got off on like the next 1 or 2 stops or whatever. And they're like, Maria, this is not our stop. I'm like, I know. And I immediately get off. I really actually don't say anything because, like, because everyone, like, looked at me like, what the fuck are you doing? And they're in shock of, like, why are you getting off the train right now?
You just, like, waved.
And I just waved. And then I turned around.
And we're all like, fuck.
I turned around and I, like, wanted to vomit in the trash can, but nothing was coming out.
Uh-huh.
I was just so nauseous. And all I could do was put my head in a garbage can.
In it. Did it have a lid?
No,
it was like
the
open.
CTA
Okay,
ones
okay.
that have,
Yeah,
like, the
it was
plastic
open.
loop.
Okay.
And then, like, then, like, another train's coming. I'm like, okay, I have to get on this train. And I get on, and I'm, like, feeling so incredibly nauseous again. And I'm, like, throwing up my hand. I'm like, okay. Like, I have...
Threw up in your hand?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I had to get off again, go to another, like, garbage can, and I'm, like, so drunk. I had high heel shoes in my pocket. I think I was barefoot. I don't fucking know.
Probably.
And, like, I remember, like, I wasn't throwing up in the garbage. Like, I don't know. I tried. Like, I don't know what was happening. But every time I got on the fucking train, it felt like I was going to vomit.
Yeah.
So then I got so frustrated that I took a garbage bag, CTA garbage bag, and dragged it on the train and fell asleep.
What?
Fell asleep. This guy wakes me up like, hey, don't miss your stop. As the train's pulling up to Division. I'm like, oh my God. And I dragged the garbage all the way home. So then I dragged it in my room.
And then you puked?
No,
Oh, you didn't puke?
I didn't. I don't think I did. I don't know. But it was a very nice garbage. It was very heavy duty.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, it's in her scrapbook.
Yeah.
It's in her
That's
whole,
like not
it's in her
actually.
whole chest for
that's
her
not
wedding.
Her scrapbook
actually-
is the garbage can. She just threw a garbage bag. She just throws all her scraps in that garbage bag.
I mean, I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised. Marika likes to hang on to things.
Recycling. Yeah, I'm into that. Like, I need to recycle those. Like, hang on.
No.
Yeah.
You like to save
Oh,
scraps
yes.
of paper.
Save scraps of paper for nostalgia.
Yeah.
And keep in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marika, I remember when you were like raging for it seemed like years of your 20s. And like I would go out with Marika and she would be like it'd be like 2:30 a.m. And she'd be like, "What? And I'd be like, I'm gonna go home. She's like, boo. Like
Yeah.
how are you tired? Drink more. Do this. You're lame. Party
Yeah.
pooper.
Yeah. Yep.
And
I'm
I'm like,
fiesta.
it's 2:30 in the morning.
That's early.
And Marika's like, party's just getting started.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, Marika and I have a tendency. Well, I have a tendency to
Late
when
night.
I'm all or nothing. So I'm either like in bed at 9 or I'm out till 9 in the morning riding a Chicago Tribune truck.
Yep. That's what we did.
True story. It's not that exciting.
It's
but
not-
let's
it's not-
pretend
it-
It sounds good.
But is that
It's-
still happening?
No.
Well, no, not
No.
9 a.m.
No.
But I can hold my own at Alice's every now and again.
Yeah, I can still hold my own. But Mama needs a little bit of help sometimes. So.
I feel like I've just been like grateful because now that Marika's working like a 9 to 5 and she's working 3 jobs, she doesn't have as much energy. So like we went to our friend Claire's birthday party like last week and it was 1 a.m. and Marika's like, I'm tired and hungry. And Claire was like, do you want to go to like an after bar, like go karaoke? And we were like, no.
Well, okay.
And I feel like Marika of yesteryear would have been like, woo!
Okay, because it was going to Alice's. It was going to a different new bar.
But I feel like you've been more tired in general. Like, you've been more-
yeah.
And I'm like,
God,
thank
yeah.
the Lord I don't have this peer pressure from Marika every time I go out with her.
No, Marika is like, I remember when we were in France and she's just like, and I'm like, you guys, I don't know if I can drink, like my anxiety. And Marika's like, oh, I had visions of us getting drunk on wine together in the bar, but that's fine. That's fine.
It's exactly my reaction. It's like, okay.
I'm like, I'm still me. I'm still fun.
I know, but it was like, I just like imagined us being drunk on wine together in France. It's a goal I had. So
Well, we were.
we were.
Once.
Yeah.
It's hard
I
for me
just-
to drink a lot on trips because it's like the trip you're going.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like hard for me to also do.
Yeah,
night
no,
stuff.
being hungover on vacation when you're on a trip is
Yeah.
not fun. Yeah, I learned that the hard way when we were in France.
I know. I can't
Yeah.
believe you guys did that. And that's one of the
Yeah.
reasons I said no.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to stay out that late. Sarah Jean was like wanting to hang out with strangers. I'm like, okay, you're not gonna do that alone, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with you. And it was fun though. It was fun. But never again.
Yeah, you guys lost an entire day. I mean, she was fine. She's like significantly younger than us, but like
yeah.
you were
yeah.
hurting.
I was hurting.
And Mouse and I were like, let's look at art. And you guys were like dead on the bench.
I
We're
was
like,
dead.
I'll pick you up in 40 minutes.
It's like, okay.
But that's another
I'm
thing.
gonna
it's
go
like,
to the bathroom like 3 times here.
at this age,
It
if I'm
helped a lot.
hungover, like I either lose an entire day or I can lose up to 2 days just being
2
like.
days.
2 days?
Well, I don't lose the second day, but I can feel the effects.
Really?
Really?
Day. Yeah, if I go
I'm usually
hard.
by 5 p.m. I'm fine.
Yeah, but you don't like drink. A lot.
I honestly,
don't go, like,
as I've gotten
hard.
older, I've gotten like drinking a lot more water as I'm drinking.
That's the trick, and I will do it.
Hear that?
I've always been doing that.
I know you have. Shut up. But you don't know how to party, so
You
fuck
don't.
You.
Well,
You don't know
we're
how to party.
all on this episode, so it sounds like we all don't.
Well, I don't anymore. But yeah, I'm learning how now as an adult.
Yeah.
Because my hangovers now are just so bad.
Yeah.
Just so bad.
Paralyzing.
I
Paralyzing
feel-
sometimes. Like I can't do shit.
I lose an entire day, and I just feel shitty. And I'm at the age now where I'm just like, I can't do that. I have things to do. I have like 2 dogs who like want to be outside and like I
Yep.
should be doing things with them, and I should be like leaving my house. And then instead I watch like Bachelor in Paradise, which by the way is like
What? You're watching that?
yes.
Oh my god, no, I would watch
That's
it
my
with
favorite. That's my favorite. Okay, anyways.
Topic.
back to partying.
So like, what's changed now that we're in our 30s?
my body.
Is that why you slowed down? Because your body's like, no.
Yeah. Well, first
Yeah.
of all, like when
My
like we were
body says
saying-
no.
Yeah, when we were first saying when I first moved here, we would go out 4 or 5 times
a
nights
week.
a week,
Yeah.
like hard, and I
Yep.
would wake up and be hungover and like smell like booze at work and do it again.
Yep.
And now it's like if I'm hungover, I need at least a day, like gap, where
Yes.
I can't go back to bed.
I can't even do like a day. Like I need like 4 days. Like I like recover. Like I need like a day to recover. Then the next day I'll be fine. But like I don't want to drink.
idea of it.
I don't want to get drunk. Got out of my system. Yada yada yada. But before I was like, yes, 4-day benders. Let's keep going.
Oh, yeah.
Let's keep going. Let's
we
keep
used to
going.
do it, and we used to be like, all right, we'll start drinking when we wake up, so we don't like have the
Yep.
bad hangover. And
Yep.
like the thought of drinking like anything after my awful hangover, I like couldn't do it. I'd probably instantly puke.
It's not even like me for me. Like it's not even like being like nauseous or anything. It's just like my body's like, no. That's just not. That's just like it's just a turn off.
I
Like,
think
I'm
for me too, in this like, I don't know how to party episode, it's also been the parties themselves.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm not. There used to be house parties all the time.
all
Yeah.
the time.
House like I'm invited to like 4th of July barbecue now that has alcohol.
Birthday.
or
But it's
a
like
birthday, but it was
such
like
a
house party. Like,
Like-
the apartment looks like shit.
Yeah.
Who lives
Lives
here?
here,
It's
yeah.
wet. Why is it like?
We used to like go like to random
Weird
people's houses.
houses.
We did that in Savannah too. We'd
Yeah.
like just walk by and be like, "Let's go on this house party."
Yeah, it
Because
was
no
just
one
like-
gave a shit when we were like 22.
And I remember
Yeah.
always like I remember when we'd be there because you'd be there at night. Everything's sticky. There's like Pokemon cards
Yeah.
on the floor.
yeah.
And you're
well,
like,
that was my fault.
yeah, and you're like,
That's a specific example.
like,
they got mad.
who-
At me, so.
lives here? Like I always
Yeah.
had so much
Yeah.
trouble imagining.
Always
I was like the people here, especially in college. I was like the people here. Someone's probably an architecture major. Someone's probably a painting major.
Yeah.
They
All
live here
boys,
every
like,
day.
all
But it was
dirty
impossible for me to
boys.
imagine because it was
Yeah.
just like on a sticky, ripped up couch, and I was like, it just
Yeah.
looks like a movie set. Like,
Yeah.
and like so, but now I may be invited to a house party. Like I went to one. I was invited to a house party recently, but I was too tired. And then I think the most proper one I went to was in late May. I went to a house party, and
Yeah,
but they
and,
were
like-
all 23.
Oh, so they were
Ooh.
like,
And I was like-
it was like sticky dirty, or was
And
it
I
nice?
was 30, so that
Oof, that's
I'm
not
like,
fun.
but I'm like, so it was the right age to still have a house party,
Yeah.
but that I was just there for.
Wait, why can't we have house parties as we get older, but classier?
I think
Yeah,
people
it's
have
just
nice.
really
I think part of it is that
different.
people have nicer houses,
Yeah.
nicer
we don't
stuff.
want to like.
They have less roommates, so it's less of that like crazy like 6 people roommate situation.
Oh yeah,
I
let's
don't
invite
want
every.
strangers.
I go to a
I do
Halloween-
not want strangers in my house. Like I have a dog. I have
Yeah.
like laptop. I have my animal accessories.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want strangers either, but like I want like a lot of my friends.
But I feel like then
Yeah,
that's
but
not
I
as much
think-
like that's not really a house party without this random strangers. It's just like a
Oh, it's not?
day
Gathering.
party or a birthday party.
No, it's not.
It's,
Wait,
it's
what?
not as like high energy. Like I went to a Halloween party 2 years ago, and I'm taking shots with a 16-year-old ripped Joker, and I'm like, what is happening? And to me, that's a house party. It's like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is
Okay.
this?
Yeah.
It's not like my friends come over to have lasagna and some wine. Like,
That's not
like,
right.
that's
That's
what we're
get
turning-
together.
Nice.
But that's what we're turning into, which I think
But,
is
but
okay.
that sounds way more appealing to me, honestly, than doing shots with a 16-year-old, no matter how ripped he is.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
gross.
no.
I don't like
We need
muscular
to be
teenagers for the
18.
record.
We
Muscular
need to be
teenagers are gross.
18.
I don't like teenagers with beards. I don't like teenagers with muscles.
Parting.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's changing now. Like, the parties we have are that we're invited to and stuff. Like, the house party I was invited to that I passed upon, I was invited by my 23-year-old coworker. It's like, if you, through that link to young people, I'm still invited, but our age group, it's not happening.
Like, for me, I don't know that I want to party with a 23-year-old. Just because, like...
I do.
Well, I guess it depends who, but it just doesn't sound appealing. I'd rather, like, hang around people my age, like, know what level I'm on, and who aren't going to, like, feed me weird beverages.
I mean, like, for me, like, I want to keep that line of the 23-year-olds.
You want to be the 50-year-old woman who gave us advice when we're like college students throwing back screwdrivers to keep marijuana.
I just, like...
Don't do marijuana!
Like, I just want to, like, party with them occasionally... Whatever.
You want to visit that world occasionally.
Yes. You want to like live vicariously a little bit and get. You want them their energy levels to get your energy levels.
It is like fun. I think for like something like Halloween.
Occasionally, like
Yeah.
Halloween, 4th of July, Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day.
No, 4th of July, Memorial Day sounds so much better.
That's like barbecue.
With your friends and getting day drunk than going home and being in bed by a reasonable hour and
records. Like New Year's Eve.
I can reach
New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve sucks. It sucks. The worst holiday in the world. There is so much buildup.
It's the most challenging holiday.
I mean, I only had one good New Year's. Like, actually, like, did it. Like, I went to the W Hotel, went to their club, like, ate, like, Oyster Rockefeller, okay, drank gin gimlets, but do I remember majority of that night? No.
And that's the thing. Now I'm like, why am I spending $60 or like whatever it is on this tab and I don't remember it and I feel shitty the next
day. Your bank account remembers.
I mean, like, I honestly, like, that was I feel like a good New Year's because it was like what New Year's should probably be. Of course, I left my coat at the hotel.
Oh, whoa.
Also, I fell asleep in the cab and they dropped me off in front of my apartment and I walked past it. Yep. But then I realized...
You left your coat?
Yeah, because I was... At this time of my life, like, I think I was, like, 24. When I was, like, 24, I was very, like, concerned, like, what people, like, looking at me. And, like, oh, my God, that girl's, like, fucking wasted as fuck. So, like, when I feel, like, extremely, like, drunk, I'm, like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Because I'm too drunk. I can't handle my shit. I want to go. And I... beeline outside and I left and like yep.
And then you were like, I'm cold, and you're like too late for that coat.
Yep.
Well, she was in a cab.
I didn't really.
Like,
yeah. Oh. I said bye, and then I got out of the cab, and then I walked past my apartment, even though they dropped me off right there. So, and then I woke up from my walk, and because these people passed.
Woke up for your walk? What?
I blacked out.
Oh, you like unblacked out.
Unblacked out because these three people passed me.
You whited in.
Yeah.
That's what I call my privilege.
So these three people like pass by me and they're like, "Are you okay?" Because I was like this girl in this dress with heels, like walking on ice with no coat on, and like yeah, like I just don't know where my apartment is. I'm like, well, how about you like follow us? I'm like, okay, yeah, like. And then, like, okay, like, I need to follow them because I know it's direction to my apartment. Even, I knew where I was. I was on my block, like, I knew where I was, but for some other reason, like, I, like, had a hard time turning my body. So, like, but obviously, I got into my apartment, and I
Think about, like, all of these stories we've told about alcohol that have made it, like, these are war stories. You know? Like, we're, like, fell asleep, dragged a garbage can in, like, puked on a car door of a guy we liked, like... But we kept, like, you know, I don't know, it's just crazy.
I know.
Well, you're like, but it's fun. But it's like, it's all in the name of fun. But it's like
fun.
all this tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun and it's funny.
My therapist says as long as you're self-aware about it and are trying to work on it, it's not a problem.
I love your therapist.
So I feel like, instead you two just, like, aged out of it.
No, I still do stupid shit. I still, like, black out. Even now, I can have a night... and I black out, and I have an entirely separate night.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
No. I did have a phase where I was, like, drinking alcohol as a coping mechanism and, like, just filling the void with alcohol. And
looking back,
yeah.
like, I was like, oh, I don't have any problems. But, yeah, I, like, definitely...
I had a binge drinking problem for sure.
And then there was a stage where I was just crying all the time.
Yep. Then I had the phase of me crying all the time when I was drunk. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. As it
It's
happens.
a coping mechanism. And
So
as long as you're aware, guys, that my therapist okays binge drinking. She said it.
okay.
Not in those words.
Right. I
but
was like, So, did we learn anything here?
No.
Yes.
No.
What did we
Let's try to learn something here as usual.
I mean, I learned a lot. Do I remember a lot? No. But, like, my money, my finances affected. My health affected. My memories affected. So now, if you just drink one glass of water, you'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, I learned, like, I'm glad of all those experiences I've had. Like,
Yes. I wish I could remember them.
you remember the majority of them?
I remember the majority of them. And people fill me in. They're there.
Yeah.
They can remember it.
Exactly. Okay,
So
I remember the
now
majority of
I'm
mine.
trying to have the kind of lifestyle where I get drunk, but I drink water, and then I go home, and then I wake up, and then I go for a walk in the morning, or like I go for a hike,
that's
or I
nice.
do whatever.
That sounds
Isn't
like
that nice?
that sounds like me. What I was always trying to
Shut up. We can't all be you.
Oops.
So I was gonna say, now I don't want to stroke your ego, but I was gonna say, now I appreciate. In the time, I didn't appreciate it, but like now I appreciate your, like.
nagging or something.
No, like your self control maybe.
Yeah.
See,
You're just,
I
like-
still don't appreciate that with you. Because, like, when we were in New Orleans together, like, I'm getting drunk, I'm gonna stop. Yeah.
I'm just like, Miles is not the friend that I'm gonna call to like go dancing till 3 a.m. Miles is the friend that I will call to like go dancing and start the party. And then we'll like get a little, we'll do like maybe a shot, we'll like maybe have a beer, we'll dance, and then it'll be like 1 a.m. and then we're like, I had a great time.
Yeah.
And then we go to bed and then we wake up.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
I
but
will
again,
do maybe a shot. I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever done more than that. I'll do
That's kind of where I'm at.
Oh,
too.
yeah,
and I've
shots.
actually
Can't do it
I'm
anymore.
putting this out here. Do not give me shots. Do not feed me shots.
All
Because
right, well,
that's how I black out.
gotta let
I can
everyone
do
know.
one. I can do one.
I never
Don't
really
hand me
got
drinks.
shots.
Don't hand me drinks. Don't hand me anything. Because I'll drink it.
That's something we've learned. That's a learning lesson right there. Okay, so learn something.
Yes.
Do we have questions?
No, that's
You guys, questions.
Yeah.
What do you think an ideal relationship looks like percentage-wise? Like physical, mental, emotional, like same values. Like what does that look like?
Okay, well, we're thinking about a pie chart, right? So is that the
Yeah.
3 categories?
No.
I
What are
feel
your
like-
what are your categories?
Oh, God.
What do you think like an ideal relationship should be built on? Because like Marika obviously would have a smaller threshold for physical.
Yeah.
What do you mean threshold?
Or like percentage.
It's less important?
Yeah. It's not, I mean, it is important to me, but it's just like chemistry, their energy, their personality is like what I'm most attracted to. And then, like, if I think their personality is attracted, then I start thinking their physical appearance also gets me turned on. And like,
Yeah.
but that
Yeah, but I
comes
feel like
later.
that's kind of how like everyone feels.
Right.
So
Everyone-
it wouldn't be like just because you're saying your physical attraction to them is like 30% of that. Does that mean like that doesn't have to mean that you're just like attracted to their looks immedately, but it can
Right.
be like some sort of develop.
Right.
So what does healthy and like what has been demonstrated to you guys like?
Demonstrate.
I don't really know right now because I'm in a place where, like, there was a time in my life where I was dating people that I wasn't physically attracted to, and that was not working for me.
Right.
So now I'm trying to be more realistic where I'm like, okay, I think I need people that are, like, in shape, basically.
Oh.
Because if, like,
What does that mean exactly?
Like,
in shape?
my
Like just going
muscle
Like,
somewhere.
like
somewhere.
just
Toned.
going to the gym. Like
well, not necessarily. I feel
They don't
like
have to be
just,
like, they don't have,
physically
they don't-
active.
yeah, they don't have to be like a men's health model, but like
obviously not, but like
some thickness to the leg and
Some definition.
some
is
definition
important too.
perhaps like because for a while I dated like these like skinny guys who like you get in bed with them and then there's just like nothing to grab. There's something to like hold on. There's no
What
meat and
about-
potatoes.
But then
There's no
like
meat and potatoes.
if there's
that.
too much meat and potatoes. Do you care?
They can't be like just like fat. I don't want to be like they can't be fat because they can have like some like they can have like a tummy and stuff, but
Yeah.
like if that
Itty
if
bits.
that comes with like
love handles.
thicker legs or like you know
Oh, it
like
balances
shoulder
that out.
like something like they're like
Yeah.
a bigger frame
Yeah.
then great. But I feel like I need something
Mm.
because I'm already like I don't know I'm like not that confident in the bedroom, especially not anymore and stuff. So it's like I
Really?
need something to
What?
like. Excite. I mean I haven't had sex since I was 28. You know.
Oh.
Yeah, fucking 30. So
You guys, you can DM IDK what I'm doing pod.
Yep.
Or Miles' Instagram is fine with how many G's?
6 H's.
6H. UG 6H fine.
Fine.
Slide into his DMs. Anyways, so
Okay.
Marika, you've always been more about personality, I feel like. And you're willing to give people that you're not initially attracted to somewhat of a chance. But at what point do you turn that off?
I feel like I'm a lot of the times like liking the idea of a relationship rather than like that person.
Oh yeah, I think everyone's guilty of that.
Yeah, but like it's like
much
very
nicer before you get to know people and like know.
And then I just like build like a fantasy or whatever. But like I don't know, I haven't really been in a relationship in a very long time, so I don't know.
I know, we're just like, we don't have answers to this question because our love lives are fucked.
Yeah.
I didn't say based on experience. I said like based on what you think and like what you've seen and like what makes sense.
I just don't even know anymore.
I don't even know. Like
you sound so fucking jaded.
What's the question
I
again?
don't know anymore. What builds up your healthy relationship? Or like what does a healthy relationship look like?
Okay, healthy communication. Communication for sure. Like in the past, like I don't vocally say how I'm feeling. And I feel like I need to be more confident in that. And then not letting other person control my emotions so much. Not that they do that on purpose, but they...
Well, that's up to you.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I don't feel very confident in a relationship because I haven't been one in a very long time. So I feel confident outside of one, but when someone, like, is giving me attention and compliments, I'm like, oh, this is really nice. And then when there's a possibility of that being taken away, I'm like, what's happening? Oh my god, like, and then everything goes dark. So, but just like, I feel like communication is a huge thing, and then also sex. Sex is very important.
But didn't you like completely contradict that earlier?
No, I think we're talking about different things in that regard.
I was talking about.
For me, I think about sex as something that can be worked on. It doesn't have to be perfect right away. Especially as a man, where like there's boners and like
boners.
And, you know, like
buttholes.
Yeah, there's like anal sex is so complicated. I'm like, to me, it's something that you can work on. It's something that let's work on it together. Like I had a relationship where I've been in a lot of different relationships. It's been different every time, and like the person that I had the most sex with, that was the best sex because we really got into like a good
Well, I feel like the more you know someone, the easier it is to like, and the better things get.
So to me, I think sex is something you can work on, but I want more of that like initial physical chemistry to help me like even get there.
Yeah.
And then I think communication is important.
I never had that problem.
I think about
but Miles isn't as like sexually driven.
Yeah,
right.
I'm not sexually driven, so
Yeah.
I need more stimulus. I think. It's a good way of putting it.
I love Miles' sex dreams. They're always like, and then there was this guy and he was shirtless and I felt his body and then we kissed and then that was it and then we snuggled. Such a glimpse into Miles' psyche. Where Marika's like, God, I could claw my skin off. I'm so horny.
Yeah, but wake up wet, guys, a lot.
So Marika's Instagram is madhate, MADHAYTE.
We've never plugged our Instagrams on here before.
Here you go. Now's
Here
the time.
you go. Now's the time.
If you guys are interested, they're open for business.
Okay, so let's just do successes. Of the week.
Okay.
My success of the week. I think I talked about this last week. I had like a idea at work, an idea for online video, and that was the idea that was chosen. It's like very exciting because I really felt like starting this job. I didn't know how to write scripts at all. I still feel like I don't know how to write a script.
Yeah.
But the idea that was chosen was more of an outline of the script. So then this Monday, I had to write the script in a day, which is fine.
Yeah.
So I wrote this script, and like the whole, I can't go really into details, but the whole thing is like, it's just supposed to be funny. And like funny, but like weird, which is my sense of humor, because my sense of humor is absurd. Yes. So I was just like, let me just like, a lot of times at work, I don't know if I'm like the most clever person or because there's so many ideas at advertising agency and like people that have such great ideas and I'm always like, I don't know if I'm really try and I think I have good ideas sometimes, but I was like, this is where I can motherfucking shine. Like, it helped me show me, I was like, this is a strength of mine, is that I'm just like fucking will like go balls to the walls, like weird. Like when Jamie and I had this blog called Read My List, it was just fucking like weird, but funny because it was like, what? So that's how I wrote this script.
Wait, what was it?
We had, Jamie and I had Read My List, which was like our blog for 3 years. readmylist.wordpress.com.
Yeah. We ranked all of the Archie characters before Riverdale was a thing.
That was like our first.
You're welcome.
First big post. Yeah.
It was like a multi, because there are many characters.
Yeah.
Midge is the hottest. Spoiler alert.
Anyway, so I don't know. It was just cool. Like, and like my bosses and stuff were like, this script is really, they say tight. If it's good, like it's really tight. Like you can't fit anything or add anything to it. They were like, they're like, it's pretty tight. Like, my boss made some edits, but didn't really edit that much. So
it was so tight she couldn't fit anything else in there.
I don't know. I just like, it was a tight vagina. The script had a tight,
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry, it was a tight, what?
The script had a tight vagina.
No.
Had a tight Regina George.
Yes!
So I don't know. I think I was like, working at an advertising agency, not that I ever doubted myself, but I was just like, what am I bringing to the table? I think is how sometimes I feel. And I was like,
well, I feel like
this, my sense of humor is finally on display and people are recognizing it and it feels good. Like,
yay!
So, Marika?
God, I can't top that at all.
You don't have to top it.
I know, but okay, so you know that Judge Kavanaugh...
You can power bottom it. Mm-hmm. You can power bottom that Regina George.
I'm Pillow Princess, so...
Right.
You can be a pillow princess with that Regina George.
Yeah. So, you know, like, it's really important to reach out to your senators. So I reached out to my senators and I emailed them saying, like, not to vote for him. Vote for him. Tammy Duckworth is definitely not voting for him. And then Dick Durbin, I'm pretty sure, isn't voting for him. And then I also put in my motion, like, hey, please encourage the other senators not to vote for him, please.
Right.
But yeah, like, I'm using my voice in the political system, or trying to.
How does it feel?
Really good. Like, it's weird because it's good because I, like, okay, so earlier today in the office, like, someone was commenting about how Trump is denying that 3,000 people died in Puerto Rico.
About that today too.
And, you know, and, like, it was me, my colleague and my, like, assistant director were talking about it and how they were both saying, like, they don't want to think about, like, negative things. And they're referring to, like, politics. Yeah. And I'm like, that's the fucking problem right there. That's how he got elected into office. Because you don't want to think about negative stuff. So, you know what? How to stop negative things? Like, be positive and vote for people that you believe in and that support your values and what you want to see in your community, okay? Like, I'm sick of this bullshit. And, like, people being silent and not using their voice. And, like, of course, like, I used to be, like, one of those people. Like, I'm like, whatever. Like, I didn't vote for the midterm elections. Oops. But I am going to vote in November. So, yep. For our governor.
You guys vote. Call your senators, email your senators.
Yeah, apparently email. Send them a telegraph.
Yeah. Local government's really important
Morse
too.
code.
Yeah.
Smoke signals. That's
our show. But Jamie's here. So Jamie, we at the end usually say bye failures. Is that a problem?
No.
How do you feel? Do you want to be called a failure by us?
Yeah.
Or is it like we're all failures?
But it's like the pot calling the kettle black. So
yeah, exactly.
So it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Jamie will speak for our entire audience. None of you have spoken.
Half of you. Yeah. By the way, why am I the only one asking questions? Can you please send the question to idkpod@gmail.com or idk what I'm doing.
Pod.
On Instagram.
Yep.
Or I've plugged their Instagram handles, feel free to slide in those DMs.
Right.
Send your dick pics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They better be good.
Pack pics, please. Low angle.
Your Regina George pics.
Good lighting.
Yeah, please, guys.
Send us pictures of your muscles.
This got so personal. Bye. We have to go.
Bye, failures.